Hey guys, what is going on? So this is one of the exciting unboxings, the Umidigi GX, and along with it the Umidigi U pods that I got free with it, which I'm gonna show you guys as well. So if you guys didn't know, the Umidigi GX is something really special because it's Umidigi's first phone with an OLED display and an in-display fingerprint sensor. You guys heard me right. This company went as far as doing that, so this is gonna be very exciting. It's really exciting how Umidigi is progressing as a company and how they're evolving. And I'm filming this outside my post office due to my limited amount of time, so sorry if I'm gonna get certain angles wrong. So yeah, let's get straight into the unboxing. As you guys can see, we have 4 gigs of RAM, which is still okay, I guess. I mean, it would have been great to see 6 gigs considering the price we're paying, but we do get 128 gigs of internal memory. The Helio P60, as all the other phones, the cheaper phones, they have the Helio P22 or P21, which is also good, but the Helio P60 is going to be a huge jump in terms of performance. And as you can see, 6.35 inch HD plus AMOLED. Okay, so I guess it's not full HD? Huh. Alright, it's not full HD, but it's not exactly, yeah, it's 720p. That is pretty disappointing, but I'm not gonna judge till I see the display myself, because the 10R is also 720p, so it's pretty strange they went with a 720p display, but never mind that. Let's just open this thing. Alright, and we do get this thank you note, and this is the same thank you note we've seen on previous Umidigi devices, and here the star of the show, the Umidigi GX. I love the presentation. We do get a case as usual. Nice triple camera setup. Let's take off the case and take a look at this sexy back. Peel that up, and wow, just look at that, guys. This is actually glass, and this just looks incredible. I just love this design. So first impressions are great. This is gonna be a very good looking phone. It is pretty light, actually. It's surprisingly light, but don't get me wrong, this does have a little weight to it, but it's not as heavy as I thought it was gonna be. Putting this aside, other than that, we just get our charging cable, charging brick, and over here, SIM ejector tool, and just the manual. It's gonna keep that closed for now. Alright, let's power on the phone. Alright, and there we are. Alright, so I was right, we do get a chin over here, but I mean, it's bigger than I would have liked it to be, but at the end of the day, we really can't complain that much. It's not gonna be that noticeable, and we do get that teardrop notch, and the bezel on the top with that notch also isn't bad. And first impressions, it's a really sharp display. I really like it. But it is going to be interesting if the 720p is going to stand out. So I'm just going to set this up later. Let's take a look at these Umidigi U pods. I won't be able to try them out right now, but let's just take a look for now. Oh, I'll also get a note here as well. Thank you for choosing Umidigi. Please leave us a review or feedback if you like it. We do appreciate it. Okay. User manual. And the U pods themselves, and they charge via micro USB. What's in here? Okay. Alright, so this is how they look like. So as you can see, earpods aren't exactly my thing, so I don't know if I'm actually gonna use these. What's cool is they have their own little charging case dock, just like the Apple AirPods, and I think it looks pretty cool. Alright, so I was just setting this phone up, and I thought it'd be interesting to show you guys how the fingerprint sensor works and how you scan it. But first I'm going to take this off because the screen protector is starting to annoy me. It's not going to protect it against any drops anyway, just against scratches. And as you can see, that is much better, guys. so we get a chance to review outdoor visibility while we're at it. Alright, here we go. This is exciting. Alright, it does emit a green light like most other phones do. Alright, so how does the fingerprint sensor itself work? Okay, so to activate it, you can either tap the screen once if it decides to work. So you can see you get this sort of always on display, and you just tap it and then it locks. Or you can just tap the power button and that was too fast. So as you can see, there is a bit of delay, but the accuracy is just unreal. It's just great, and also it is pretty fast as well. So I was expecting it to be like much slower, but it's actually pretty quick. It's even better than the one on the A80 and the A series in general. This is actually better, believe it or not. First impressions, I think this looks like a solid device. Like, the fact that it's a 720p display, it hasn't I haven't really noticed any pixels, stuff like that. So, and when you think about it, it does make sense because they're gonna get less burn-in over time. Like, the chance for burn-in is gonna be less, and also you're gonna get way better battery life. And this is a budget phone after all. I just don't understand like why the notch has to be so big. Like, you see all this dead space over here. I don't know why they had to do that. They could have made it smaller. Like I think even the Umidigi A5 Pro is smaller, if I'm not mistaken. Now this is something I want to show you guys. Like, I was just downloading apps, and this phone is actually pretty damn quick. Like, I'm just flying for the Play Store. Let's just say YouTube. And bam, like, and I'm not even using any good Wi-Fi. I'm using my phone's Wi-Fi. Like, it's just amazing how fast this phone is. Let's try and go to settings. And that's just very fast. I'm surprised how fast this phone is. So that just proves my point further. You don't need 6 gigs of RAM or 8 gigs of RAM. The 4 gigs of RAM on this phone is plenty. As you can see how fast this is. Even when multitasking, I think it's gonna be fine. So yeah. So as you can see, without a doubt, this runs fast. So yeah, we are downloading PUBG. It's gonna take a while. So for now, I guess we can try out the speakers. Even though I'm in this semi-loud environment, I think you guys are gonna get a good idea nonetheless. Okay, the speaker is actually, like, at first it sounded pretty bad, but then I got around to listening it for a bit more, and I noticed it's actually quite good. It doesn't get that loud, and I think it was a bit tinny, I guess. It's better than all the other phones I've reviewed, that's for sure. I'd say the speaker is also slightly above average here. It is usable, but if you don't like it, you always have the headphone jack. This is rear-facing video on the Umidigi GX, and first impressions is pretty good. I mean, the stability, the image stability isn't the best, but as you can see, I'm walking here and it's a bit jittery. But I'll say that when taking pictures, the autofocus is really good. Like, I can get close up to a flower. Let's see if it happens here. Not touching the screen, so here it doesn't do it. But when I was going to take a picture, I was went like this, and the flower was in focus immediately. So that's something I haven't seen on previous devices that I've reviewed, and so camera's a big plus. Okay, this is front-facing video on the Umidigi GX, also full HD, and as we've seen on previous devices, the video actually looks better than the rear-facing video, which I don't understand it. I mean, I'm not saying the front-facing video is better. I'm just saying it looks that way. It could be better, could be not. It isn't. But so video is average, I would say. But that is pretty much it. Alright, so I am back at my house. I've had some time to use the phone. I even set up Face Unlock, which is surprisingly fast. Check this out. And sometimes it's even faster. It depends the angle and how close it is to your face. The closer it is, then the faster it unlocks. But not too close, of course. So as you can see, I've set up my theme, my wallpaper, Renova, and everything works fine. It's really quick. So now we're gonna see how PUBG works. Alright, let's choose rookie, and alright, medium graphics, not bad. Alright, so this is medium graphics settings, and as you can see, not bad. What happens if you put it on low? Okay, wait, I think I made it worse. Okay. PUBG runs fine. I mean, if you don't need the smoothest performance possible, then PUBG would run here just fine. Alright guys, here is our score. This is a new benchmarking app, so I can't tell you if this is good or not. I was used to Geekbench 4 up until now, but this uses a different algorithm that I'm not familiar with. So, the 1000 multi-score, yeah, I think that's decent actually. Wait, alright, this is my Note 10 Plus, so as you can see, 1000 multi-score looks pretty decent actually. Alright, the phone is pretty warm at this point. That might have affected the score, but nonetheless. I want to try one more game with you guys, and that is Wind Rider. Wind Rider is an arcade game, but it is pretty graphic intensive, so that is one of the reasons why I want to try this out today. Wow, I cannot believe it. The game's actually running good. This is pretty amazing actually, because visually it would lag on these cheap Chinese devices, but now it's actually running pretty good. It looks even like 60 frames per second. And let me remind you guys, this is a graphic intensive game. It may not look like it, but not every Android phone can run this, believe it or not. So is this phone good for gaming? I would say yes, definitely, just not games that are too graphic intensive like PUBG. PUBG can run, but I would move it to the lowest settings or medium settings. So this phone is definitely a go for gaming, and for $180, I would say that is not bad at all. Now the screen does look great. The text looks, I mean, it does look a bit soft, so you can't tell it is 720p, but it's not gonna bother most people because the text, you can read it no problem, but you can't tell it's not the sharpest, but it is better than the iPhone XR, that's for sure. Alright, so should you get this phone? That's a definite yes. You should get this phone 100% because it may be a bit pricey at $180, like slightly more expensive than all the other phones I review, but there's a good reason for that. We have a pretty good in-display fingerprint scanner. We have pretty fast face unlock. We have a great display. We have an OLED display, which is the first we've seen from Umidigi or any of these budget Chinese smartphones. Like there was the Verni 4 Plus, but that wasn't even that great of a display. And I'm looking at the display now, everything looks sharp and we can tell that this is an OLED. The phone is blazing fast. I cannot stress how fast this phone is. And I was not expecting it to be this fast either. Like I don't know if I would pay $250 for this phone, that is a bit too expensive, but 170, 180, those are good prices. So as usual guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. If you need help with your current smartphone, please don't hesitate to join my Discord server or my WhatsApp group. Links are in the description. So thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.